Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's webinar, How to Become an Entrepreneur. My name is Keiko Nowacka. I'm a Principal Gender and Development Specialist at the Asian Development Bank, and I'm delighted to be the co-host and moderator of this session, which is the 90th Asian Impact webinar. This webinar is part of a broader learning initiative designed to provide a comprehensive introduction to digital and impact entrepreneurship, with a special focus on the fast-growing and dynamic Asian market. Today, we'll explore practical applications, discuss key challenges, and hear from experts with deep knowledge and experience in this field. To begin, it's my pleasure to introduce today's presenters. First, we are privileged to have Mr. Donghyun Park, Economic Advisor for Strategic Knowledge Initiatives at the Economic Research and Development Impact Department at ADB. As the project lead, Donghyun's expertise and leadership have been instrumental in shaping this initiative, and we look forward to his insights. Next, we'll have an engaging panel discussion moderated by Mr. Willem Smit, professor at Fulbright University, Vietnam, and one of the lead lecturers for the e-learning courses. In this session, we will hear inspiring stories from 4 guests about how learning digital entrepreneurship has positively impacted their ventures, and we'll meet them shortly. Before we wrap up, we'll also share how you can access the e-learning portal to continue your learning journey. Now let's get started. I'd like to invite Donghyun to take the floor. Donghyun, over to you.
Thank you so much, Keiko. I'd like to take a moment to share how this e-learning module came to life. The new Digital Entrepreneurship in Asia learning model was developed as part of the ADB Technical Assistance Project 6711, Digital Entrepreneurship in Asia for Economic Resilience and Post-Pandemic Recovery. This initiative, funded by the Republic of Korea eAsia Fund, eAsia and Knowledge Partnership Fund, aims to equip ADB's developing members with the knowledge to unlock and nurture the productivity potential of digital entrepreneurs. Next slide, please. This TA has 3 main objectives. One is to produce updated matrix and public data on digital entrepreneurship. The second objective is to promote innovative research on digital entrepreneurial system. And this learning portal plays a key role in the third part of our TA, which is to strengthen knowledge sharing and capacity building in digital entrepreneurship. Next slide, please. The project aims to offer 2 courses: Digital Entrepreneurship, focused on leveraging digital technology for business growth, and Impact Entrepreneurship, which is centered on driving social and environmental change through business innovation. We have 2 experts who created the content, who are still creating the content, Professor Urko Autio of Imperial College in London, and Professor Willem Smit, professor at Fulbright University, Vietnam. I would also like to thank Gemma Estrada, my colleagues Gemma Estrada and Hannah Jabber, for playing a very important role in supporting the production of the module. The Digital Entrepreneurship courses launched today with new sessions consisting of 3 lectures available every 2 weeks. Before we wrap up today's session, we'll show you a short overview video to give you a clearer idea of what you can expect and what you can gain from this course. Next slide, please. Both courses are completely free. That's the good thing. All you need to do is to log into ADB's eLearn platform, register, and start learning. They are open to everyone, and not just aspiring entrepreneurs. Policymakers, professionals, and in fact, anyone interested in navigating the digital economy are welcome to join the portal and learn from the portal. Next slide, please. I will not keep you much longer as we have an exciting panel discussion ahead. So without further ado, let me hand over to Professor Willem Smit. Willem, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Donghyun, for the introduction, and actually thank you very much for the collaboration that we have been doing on this TA, gathering the data, getting in touch with the ecosystem of entrepreneurship and innovation, and then building this e-learning tool. And that we cannot do this only with ourselves. We do this together with a group of young entrepreneurs who inform us on the hard choices they had to make in their journey as they build their ventures. And so I would like to feature them also in this panel. They are featured also in our e-learning modules as case studies. And we have young entrepreneurs from 4 different countries in Southeast Asia. We have Cecilia Lei from Vietnam. We have Paulina from Thailand, Rival from Indonesia, and we have Shiho from Malaysia. I would like to ask them first to give a short introduction of themselves and of their venture, and then we actually turn to the audience, to you. We want to involve you also in steering this panel discussion on the choices you find hard to make in starting your venture and building it and scaling it. So first, I would like to ask Cecilia, then Pa, then Rival, and Shiho to give a short introduction of themselves and their venture.
Hello, my name is Cecilia, and I'm the co-founder of Ion Technology Vietnam. I'm trying to transform the home cleaning industries with eco-friendly cleaning solutions. At Ion Technology Vietnam, our signature product TNMs are innovative and eco-friendly solutions that's designed specifically for Vietnamese working moms, and we offer a more affordable, more effective, and safer alternatives to harsh chemicals. I have spent my careers in marketing and in branding, and I'm deeply passionate about sustainability and bringing greener and cleaner products to homes across Vietnam.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Pa.
Hi, my name is Patricia Suksirikson from Thailand. I'm founder of Recycle and a project that develop a global change in psychology industry for youth education, creating mental health innovation, and promoting career growth in psychology. I'm also graduated in organizational psychology, and now I am on business administration in doctoral degree and doing the research that understanding client behavior in mental health service in Thailand. Thank you.
Nice, thank you so much, Pa. Rival.
Hi everyone, I'm Rival Shah. I'm a corporate strategist at Relief, a mental health startup. At Relief, we're building accessible digital mental health solutions. Think guided meditation, self-help tools, and online counseling. So our goal is simple: help more people to take care of their mental health anytime and anywhere. So I focus on growth, strategy, and scaling our impact, ensuring we build not just a great product, but a sustainable business. So excited to be here and looking forward to a great discussion.
Thank you, Rival. Shiho from Malaysia.
Hi everyone, my name is Chiho, the co-founder and CEO of Carbotech. So at Carbotech, we aspire to be the Monsanto of the future. So right now, we are upcycling agricultural waste, turning into a carbon nanomaterial that is biocompatible, which acts as a crop yield improvement or booster. So happy to be on the panel today.
Yeah, thank you for your introductions and the dear audience. You see that there is a wide variety of industries, countries, and I think also stages in the venture creation process represented in the panel. So to guide our panel discussion to actually what you want to hear, we would like to do a short Menti on the hard choices that entrepreneurs needs to take. I'll share a Menti here that allows you to give your feedback and your interest. Here we go. I invite everyone to go to the QR code. Give you 20 seconds to do this. And enter into this Mentimeter. I present you 8 different dilemmas, and those dilemmas you need to make a quick choice. At the end of those 8 dilemmas, we'll ask you to rank them, and the panel will then discuss the top 5 dilemmas that are the hardest in your perspective, and they will share their reasoning behind the trade-offs, the choices they made. Okay. I give 10 more seconds to join this Mentimeter. Please join. I think it's quite fun to get feedback from everyone here. We're now with 135 participants coming in. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. The first dilemma is growth or profitability. What do you prioritize in setting up your venture? Is it growth, profitability? Okay, give you 10 more seconds for your choices. It's all about your quick responses. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we go to our next. Would you rather go directly to end consumers, so B2B first, or B2C first, or going to B2B? Are you going to firms to sell to organizations or communities? What would be your first beachhead market to go into? All right. Give you 10 more seconds. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Then the next dilemma in building your venture is that, do you go the Apple way, making a perfect product before launching, or do you experiment, kind of the Google way? Is it more experimentation or perfection? All right, which is your desired route? I know we see here a clear vote for experiment coming up. Some people prefer perfection. Okay, I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. The next dilemma is bootstrapping versus fundraising. Are you going to work with the means you have? Or are you first going to find interested investors who have maybe money and ideas? What is the trajectory you're going to prioritize in building your venture? What is your first experience or your first idea when you have not started a venture yet? Yeah. Okay. Give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Global versus local. Are we first building a product, testing it locally before going international, or are we actually testing globally and finding product market fit everywhere? What is our priority first in this dilemma? Local versus global. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then paid versus freemium. Are you going for paid first, or you start with freemium models? Yeah. All right. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Number 7, in bringing people together around your venture idea, do you hire a core team or do you outsource? And it's maybe beyond the core team that you give shares, right? So maybe you have co-founders, they are fully on board, but what is about the surrounding the core founder team? Are you hiring them or do you prefer to work with outsourced talents? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then technical development versus market validation. What are you going for first? Is it first testing ideas in markets, or are you first developing your tech and then go to market to test? Yeah. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And this was the last one. These are the 8 dilemmas. Now it's a bit of a slightly more difficult task is to rank. Which do you think is the most difficult dilemma for you and your perception? So when you are, you rank the highest one is the toughest one. The 8th dilemma is for you the easiest. We'd like to know which is the toughest dilemma for you. And we'll ask the panel about the 5 hardest choices they make. And we start with the 5th, then we go with the 4th, then the 3rd, then the 2nd, and then we discuss at last the hardest one. All right? I give you 20 more seconds to make your choices. Okay. All right. So I think growth and profitability is starting to be the first. There's no much changes in there. Bootstrapping versus fundraising, hiring core team versus outsourcing, perfection versus experimentation, and tech. That's very similar dilemmas, I think. Obviously, they're close by, ranked similarly. Okay. All right. I give you 10 more seconds. All right. So, all right. I think we have reached saturation of this. Growth and profitability, bootstrapping versus fundraising, hiring versus outsourcing, and perfection versus experimentation. And I think that is, those are, I think, the 4 or 5 we do together. I think that makes sense. We focus on those 4 or 5, okay? We collapse the perfection and perfection versus experimentation and technical development and market validation, okay? Yeah? I will stop sharing this. I will turn now to the panel. I'd like to feature perfection versus experimentation. Dear panel, your views on this. Pa, can I start with you?
Yes. For me, I am working on experiment on beginning stage and validation, but perfection is on development, the outcome to customer and branding. Because I think quality should come from customer.
Could you give a couple of examples on your for your venture?
Yes.
On experimentation in the beginning stage, what did you try to experiment?
Okay.
What was your experiment?
Okay. I trying to experiment on on the workshop at the first stage and building communities following the workshop. And after that, I conduct the workshop for paid workshop, and from the beginning stage, it's proof of concept that the learning session and sequence of training.
All right. Okay, that's
Yes.
how you start scaffolding it up towards
Yes.
paid services. Nice. Very good. Rival, can I ask you?
Yes.
You're also on the experimentation part. I think that
Right.
is.
Yeah, so I think innovation moves very fast. We'd rather launch, test, and improve than wait for perfection. So if you wait too long for a perfect product, you lose time and market opportunities. So we focus on quick releases, real users' feedback, and continuous iteration.
And that is with Relief, right? Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So for example, our meditation app started with basic content and then expanded based on user needs.
Nice.
So perfection slows progress, experimentation drives real innovations for us.
Good. All right. Nice. Thank you. Shiho, you're also in the experimentation camp.
Yes.
Share a bit about your choices at Carbotech, sorry. Yeah.
Yes. So in the example of my company, because we have actually backed our product with extensive research, so we'll prototype the product first and to gain quick feedback from our users. So I would say experimentation for the prototype to collect feedbacks and their user experience. But the perfection will come when we want to communicate the benefits of our product through marketing materials. So the key messaging and the presentation of the visuals and the icons on the marketing material, we need to be perfect to send us the correct message.
Nice. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. So I'd like to then also invite Cecilia, who is actually advising the opposite, right? Perfection on products versus experimentation on marketing communications.
Yes.
Share with us. Yeah,
I think in my view, the decisions to either perfect or experimenting depends largely on the competitive landscape and the nature of the product and how you want to position yourself in the market. Sometimes I think that perfection is essential, especially if you see the flaws, say examples in the competitors, and you want to compete with them. So you need to perfect on the products. So in my case, I can see some of the flaws with other eco-friendly cleaning products brands in the market. So I want to perfect on my products so I can compete with them. However, with the marketing and with the communication, I'm still on the experimentations too. So I'm launching some of the marketing campaigns and get the feedbacks from the customer so I can understand what the customer wants, what the message they want to hear, so I can, perfecting on that later. So I think it largely depends on the competitive markets and how you want to position your brands in the market.
Nice. Yeah, very good. Very also very good bringing all these thoughts of the other panelists together. It's indeed the choices of the hypothesis that you have depends very much in the market area that you want to compete for. That's really nice. Yes. Also in the courses that we will be launching, that is highlighted. This experimentation is also very much driven by the hypothesis that you as an entrepreneur want to actually find market validation for. Don't test too many things at the same time, because you know what drives the success or the market response, but you need to be very explicit on, okay, this is the variable that I'd like to test out, and then sequentially maybe optimize further. Yeah, very good. Great. Thank you so much. We move to the third dilemma on hiring talent versus outsourcing. And Cecilia, I suggest we stick with you first. What is your stance on this, on hiring versus outsourcing?
Yes, I think that nowadays outsourcing is very popular choice for many startups, and I think that's very beneficial for a startup with limited resources like us. So for outsourcing, it helps us to free ourselves to focus on what we are best with, and we outsource the things that we're not very good at with to other people's. But that's true for us in the early stage. But for now, as we are developing our projects, we are also thinking about maybe in the future we need to hire a full-time employee. The thing is, we want to have the loyalty, and we want to have people that goes with us for a long time and understand our visions. So I can say that for now, we are still sticking with outsourcing, but in the future, we would definitely go with full-time employees when we have the full resources and the affordability to pay salaries and other benefits, such as paying for office spaces and house insurance.
Yeah. How big is your team now?
My team now is having 3 people full-time and 2 people with part-time, and I outsource most of my marketing and communications.
Okay, great. Nice. Thank you. I'd like to ask Shiho about his view on this dilemma. Interesting to see is that the panel, so the audience leans towards hiring. What is your point of view?
Yeah, so in our context, because our product is something novel, we do not have direct competitors in this category per se. So let me share like a failed experience of me outsourcing our business development work to an agency. So they couldn't actually communicate very clear messaging to our potential customers. So learning from that experience, I feel that for the core team, for example, the sales, the business development, especially for something innovative or something novel, need to be an internal team. For the execution part, we can, of course, outsource. For example, like we need part-timers at events, at roadshows. So these can be outsourced, and there are plenty options out there.
Yeah. All right. I see. Good. Thank you. Rival, you're also in the, I'm moving to Rival. You're also in the outsourcing corner, right?
Yes. So yeah, Relief as a lean startup, sourcing help us to stay agile and cost efficient. So I think hiring a full team too early is risky and expensive for us because we're a bootstrap startup first, and then we fundraise. So I think outsourcing lets us access top talent without long-term overhead. And once we validate our product and scale, we can build an in-house core team. So I think what we do in Relief is we start lean, stay flexible, and hire strategically.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Very good sequencing. Okay. Yes. Thank you. And Pa, it's also that is what you would reiterate, right? You also follow that that sequence.
Yes.
Could you share a bit more about how you have applied this in your venture?
Okay. For me, I'm hiring outsource first, but at some stage in my business, I hiring one full time and I lose some costing, and after that I adjust my financial structure to run on this case too.
Good. Yes. Thank you. I would like to go to the second hardest choice in building the venture. That is bootstrapping versus fundraising. And interestingly, So what does let me look at what the audience says here. The audience says on that dilemma that it is about first bootstrapping and then fundraising is the second choice by 1/3 or compared to the bootstrapping one, fundraising. So also that's reflected in our panel. I think 3 of the 4 are in favor of the bootstrapping route first. So I'd like to ask Yupa to comment on that, followed by Rival and Cecilia. Sorry, by Shiho and Cecilia, and then I would like to conclude with the counter perspective of fundraising from Rival. Yeah. What are the choices you make with regarding to funding? Yeah.
For regarding to funding, I choose bootstrapping because I avoid financial, legal dispute and full ownership. Because I have saw that in the startup venture we saw about the fundraising and shareholder, but in the long run for ownership and decision making is very hard. So I think the authority in the financial decision is could be full of decision making by oneself on business owner.
Yes. Yeah. And this is yeah, Cecilia, you follow that similar argument, right? On also on not diluting the ownership and keeping the team focused.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, when I first start off, I also weigh the trade-off of both the choice. And on one hand, I think that bootstrapping seems really attractive because we don't have to be pressured by the external factors, like we don't have to answer to investors and partners. And besides, we can just focus on building the service and the product on our own terms without having to make decisions that based on the external factors. I think that at first it seems very, it gives us the autonomy to do our work. But at certain points, I think I can realize the limits of bootstrappings, especially when right now I need to invest more on marketing and technologies, which are the key areas of the projects. So I think on the other hand, the fundraising now seems to me like it's bring the external support for the projects. So it can not only just about the just sharing of the risk, like the investor will bring in the capital for you to grow your business, but it also gets you to access to advice and the network and the expertise from the investors, so to help you to scale the business.
Yeah, and that's smart capital coming in with networks and advice. Yeah, really good.
Yes.
Nice. And Shiho, you would like to build on that, right?
Yes, definitely. So in our case, we started the company by bootstrapping because at that time we wanted to validate the technology and we wanted to really test the market. And at that time we did apply for some grants, just that the disbursement was slower than we expected. So we still need to rely on our own capital to run certain trial and validation. And as we gather some early data on the technology validation and after market validation, we have more solid data to show to our potential investors. So we started to raise funds to scale after we have done like a prototype testing, market validation in the early phase.
Nice. Yeah, good. Really, logical steps. Another logic is the fundraising logic, and we have a representative on our panel on that, Rival. Would you kind of vouch for this approach of fundraising, the advantages of starting fundraising first ahead of bootstrapping?
Yeah, so at Relief, the mental health market is growing really fast. So waiting too long could mean missing the opportunity. So that's why we choose fundraising to scale fast and capture market opportunities, and we decided to raise funds because bootstrapping, yes, it keeps control but limits the speed. And while fundraising let us invest in technology, expand our team, and reach more people quickly. Because if speed matters, raising funds can be a game changer.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Yeah. So different trade-offs in different circumstances. Really good. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rival. I want to stick with you for the last and hardest choice. The ultimate project, the ultimate objective of venture building in the economic way is it first prioritizing growth and profitability. And I think among the panelists, you're voting, you're emphasizing the latter, profitability. Could you take a first position on this, and then the other three will rebuttal on from their perspective?
Yeah, so
Profitability.
We believe sustainable business is more valuable than just fast growth because many startups burn money to chase user number, but we focus on generating real revenues. So profitability gives us control and long-term stability, making us attractive for future exit strategy or maybe next. And instead of excessive paid marketing, we focus on revenue streams like paid counseling and premium content. So what I mean is growth without profit isn't sustainable. We choose to build a business that lasts.
Yes, nice, very good. So Cecilia, what is your counter argument for prioritizing growth first?
I think that in theory, burning money can, investing heavily in marketing, product development, and production might accelerate the growth. But as we all know, it's not just about burning the money, right? So I think the critical question is how much money to burn and for what purpose. And I think that to grow, we need to invest significantly in our business. But the challenging is knowing when and for who to burn the money. Is that the money for suppliers? Is that the money for any partnerships or product development? So I think that's the challenge. So I think first, why I ultimately chose the sustainable path, because I realized that while the burning the money when bring the rapid expansion can also come with a risk. And what are the risks? The risk is you may destroy your brand and the credibility in the market if you cannot control the speed of the expansion. So I think for me, personally, I want to acquire the experience first. I want to have the strong relationship in the industries, and I want to learn as much as possible about the industry before I chose to accelerate the growth. I mean that expansion and growth looks appealing, but sometimes it can be a double sword. Like sometimes you will feel really burned out, and not just for the business, but also for the team and all the stakeholders that involved in your business. So I think that we had to be patient, and we had for a startup and for a person that's new to the industry, we had to learn as much as possible and to test our business model before we are committing to aggressive scaling. So yes, that's my counterpoint.
Okay, good. Yeah, thank you, Cecilia. And Pa, you're also in this how you say, in this corner of that trade-off, right? In the dilemma, it's kind of growing, but manageable growth, building it sustainably but slower. Could you share what you do in your venture?
Yes. For me, I believe growth takes too much time, but profit make us lead to sustainability, and that make business can run in the long term.
I see. Yeah. And so I think the most extreme advocate of of growth is actually Shiho on the panel. Shiho, you have clearly prioritized growth for your and national, international growth. How does it? How do you set your priorities?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prof. Willem. So in our context, we are operating in the agriculture sector. So agriculture is somewhat like a slow sector as compared to maybe other digital or AI industry. So for us, in order to penetrate a certain market, we need to invest time for trial, for getting regulatory approval, having a validation testimonial from our partners in that particular countries. So growth is definitely very important for us because we are actually evaluating the time trade-off. So if we don't start to work with partners in different countries, meaning we are actually slowing our progress in the future. So therefore we prioritize growth over profitability, because we can be profitable if we just focus on one country. But looking at the long term, if you want to expand into other markets that are important, that are able to bring us our future profitability, we need to start the groundwork now.
Yeah, I see. Okay, wow. Great. Really great. Thanks, the panel, for your perspectives on these, the top 4 dilemmas. Then relating this back to digital technologies and the adoption and adaptation or application of digital technologies in your business model, how does and possibly can more help take digital technologies in resolving these entrepreneurial dilemmas? CEO, can I continue with you? And then we do Rival, and we finalize with Cecilia. How can digital technologies actually resolve these dilemmas, and maybe pick 1 or 2 dilemmas that really help, were resolved using these technologies in your entrepreneurship building?
Yeah. So talking back about our product, we are like a biotech core product. So we started off, didn't have any digital element to our core business or core technology. But as we develop, like talking about the market validation and the tech development, so when we have validated our market through early validation pilots, so we observe there's a gap that the farmers that we work with, they lack of certain tools to actually do the bookkeeping on or data recording for their yield, for their profit and loss. So therefore, we partner with a digital provider who can actually provide this kind of digital solution to the farmers in need, so that they have a better and proper system to record their yield and anything about their bookkeeping. So that actually added value to us because we are able to get their yield data easier. So that will actually sort of like make our marketing effort more convenient because we have more reliable data from this solution.
All right. So and the farmers are your customers, right? So yes. you get more informed direct links from your real-time information about the performance of your customers, and you can show where you add value. Really great. Yes. Good.
Okay. Yes. For me, the digital is very impact for me because when I do the psychology or inform the youth in their career path and make the community, I think the digital helped me to scale my impact and also reach more customer in digital opportunities. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, so it was really in reaching your communities that digital and so helping you with your growth and experimentation of your products, right? Yeah. Good. Nice. Rival, how did technologies help you in resolving these dilemmas?
Yeah, so technology helps startups like Relief move faster save costs and make smarter decisions. So yeah, instead of hiring big team early on, or partner with psychologists, we could use AI-powered chatbots to provide 24/7 mental health support at a lower cost. So when deciding between growth and profitability, technology allows us to automate processes and improve efficiency, so we don't have to burn too much money to scale. And when testing new ideas, A/B testing and data analytics help us quickly see what works and what doesn't, so we can improve without wasting resources. So yeah, and when it comes to market validation, technology lets us analyze user behavior, ensuring we build products people actually need before investing too much in development. Simply put, the right digital strategy helps us make better decisions, grow smarter, and stay competitive.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, very good. Yes. So it's really informed decisions, better informed decisions, thanks to these technologies, helping you get data, analyze it, and take smarter decisions in not only your product development, also in your market reach and finding your market fit. Great, nice. Then Cecilia, how did digital technologies help you in venture building?
Yes, for me, for the nature of our FMCG products, I think the technology has helped me to solve the dilemma of B2C or B2B. At first, I think of whether I should approach the retailer and the supermarket first, or should I just engage with the end user first? But I think that technology helps me first to, to engage directly with the end user through e-commerce platforms. So that way I can first build my own brand awareness and the consumer trust before I approach the retailer and the supermarkets to sell the products in bulk. So for an FMCG products like mine, and that's very important because for something that people use on a regular basis, the most important thing is you build the brand awareness and build the brand trust with the consumer first before everybody will want to try your product. So I think that's how the technology has helped me a lot in building the business.
Yeah. Really, this power of digital technologies to disintermediate the middle persons and building your brand directly, and then going back to the existing channels to have a better negotiation power and in marketing your products through them, because they still have access to other segments that are not ready to buy direct, right? Good, right. Excellent. Okay, fantastic. And this, I think, was a really great panel for, I think, great insights from you as the panel on these dilemmas. I would like to thank you all for your sharing your insights on these top 4 dilemmas that are that keep entrepreneurs awake at night, and the use of digital technologies in resolving these choices. We have in our e-learning offerings on digital entrepreneurship, we'll produce a methodology to guide the decision making and how actually digital technologies are helpful in resolving these choices. So I think this panel discussion really gave a flavor of real life cases on how they do it. They are represented back in the courses, and I would like to share kind of an introduction of the course. I think that is we have a video that introduces the the eLearn platform. I will share here. I think this gives a good flavor of what the courses are about. And I think it works like that, right? Can everybody see it?
Welcome to this video series on digital entrepreneurship in Asia. The purpose of this series is to provide a general overview of the practices and principles of digital entrepreneurship with a specific focus on the Asian context. My name is Erkko Autio and I am a professor at Imperial College Business School in London in the United Kingdom. My colleague and co-lecturer in this series is Professor Willem Smit, who is professor at the Vaisili Academy at the Fulbright University in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam.
This series is composed of 6 sessions, each focusing on a specific topic. Each of the 6 sessions is composed of 3 video lectures, which introduce principles, practices, tools and frameworks, and illustrate these with case examples. We also provide pointers to sources where you can find more information on a given topic. Our aim in this series is to provide a general overview and an introduction, which allows you to explore further on your own should any of our lectures pique your interest. Although our focus is on digital entrepreneurship, this video series should be helpful even for those who are not, for now at least, planning to start a new business on their own. In addition to prospective entrepreneurs, our target audiences include policymakers seeking to support digital businesses and individuals with a general interest in how to operate a business in the digital age. In the digital age, businesses increasingly compete with business model innovation, whether those businesses are digital or physical, or startups or established businesses. The topics introduced in this video series should provide useful ideas for all businesses as they seek to navigate the ripple effects of digital transformation in economies and in societies that are increasingly powered by data, artificial intelligence, and machine learning.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, panel. I give it back to Keiko. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Willem, and thank you so much to the 4 panelists for sharing all those experiences of running your enterprises. There were a lot of great questions, and unfortunately, we don't really have enough time to answer all of them, but I've asked the panelists to try to answer them kind of in real time in writing, and please feel free to perhaps reach out to Willem if you have any other questions about the work that he's been leading at Fulbright. So just to reiterate, these courses are completely free and open to anyone interested to learn about digital entrepreneurship. You can access them through ADB's eLearn platform. So you can type in, there you go, elearn.adb.org, and then log in. If you are an external user and you're already registered, then you just enter your kind of credentials, you log in. If this is your first time, then you click create a new account and you type in all the required information. And we have a very kind of interactive kind of service with elearning.adb.org. If there's ever any troubleshooting issues, feel free to drop them an email. For those who are ADB staff who might be listening to this and interested, then you can just go to the e-learning website and fill in your credentials that way. And from the kind of main website, course catalog, digital entrepreneurship, and then can start the course and see some of those videos, see Willem again in action. So there's also a QR code that's going to be shown. Yes, here it is. So if you want to just directly access the course, please just scan this QR code. For those who have registered to this webinar, please feel free to, you will receive an email with some of this information also and the QR code to make it easier. We would really appreciate if you could share the news about this really exciting new digital course with your colleagues and networks. And that's the end of our webinar for today. I really would like to thank Willem, Donghyun Park, and the 4 panelists. I work a lot on entrepreneurship, and I found that incredibly interesting. And I learned a lot from it too. So I'll definitely be looking at that course. And some of you may know that next month is Gender Month. International Women's Day is the 8th of March. The next Asian Impact webinar, the 91st, will be hosted by the Gender Equality Division, co-hosted, but with my colleague, Bimbika Basnat. And we'll be looking at rethinking skills for women in the evolving labor market. So some really interesting kind of data and RCTs coming out of Indonesia and other markets. So I invite you to come to the Asian Impact website, register there, and hopefully we'll see you here on the 14th of March at 9 a.m. Manila. So again, thank you to all the panelists and thank you to all the participants. And I hope that you got as much out of it as I did. Thank you so much.